What up, Alpha Team? It's DJ AlphaTyler back again with another reaction, and today is Wildcard Wednesday. Y'all know what that means. We come back for second, third, fourth, fifth chances. Things y'all didn't like the first time, things I didn't like the first time, new reactions, all that different stuff. Now, one thing that y'all definitely enjoyed the first time, and I couldn't wait much longer to get a second chance because y'all told me that the first one I reacted to was a little bit of a weird choice. We're going to go ahead and check out another track from Mike Righteous, and this one is called Because I Love You, and we're actually going to hit the actual music video this time. If y'all don't know about Mike Righteous is a rapper from the UK. Mike has apparently been through some things, and I know that we got that Suicycle album cover. Y'all broke that down for me a little bit, told me that that was actually a note from his brother who killed himself, all that. I'm really excited about a journey through Mike Righteous's content. I just need you guys to help me out a little bit. If y'all enjoy the reaction that you see, make sure you share it around. Make sure you pull in other people that you know who like this kind of content. And plugging it before we start the reaction, we are on that home stretch up to 10,000 subscribers right now. We're about 450, 500 so short. If you enjoy the content on this channel, haven't subscribed already, make this the day. Join the Alpha Team by hitting that subscribe button down below, dinging that notification bell if you want to get on the notification squad so that you can know every single time I got some new content dropping. That's all I got to say. We're going to go ahead and jump into this one. It is Because I Love You by Mike Righteous. Let's get it.
Stay awake, I wish I'm someone else. Because I love you, I can't kill myself. Stay awake, I wish I'm someone else. Because I love you, I can't kill myself. Stay awake, I wish I'm someone else.
So what is this saying right here? I think it's saying, because I love you, I won't kill myself and stay alive because of someone else. If I'm not mistaken, that's where we're rolling with this, right? Hey man, sometimes, legit though, we can be that rock in somebody's life. So if you know somebody that's down in that hole, make sure you pick them up. Absolutely. Come
You chose yourself, you sent me hell, I called for help, you sent for feds, I never resisted arrest, I was feeling depressed, I was...
Hold up, cause y'all, man, y'all didn't lie. Like, okay, so that last one we checked out, y'all told me that was a weird request. It was a little bit different. It wasn't like a ton of his music. It was a lot slower, you know, a lot more drawn out, a little bit more sad and everything. This right here, he already coming in, man. What's he doing? Y'all ain't tell me he was flowing like this on this. Come on now.
You chose yourself, you sent me hell, I called for help, you sent for feds, I never resisted arrest, I was feeling depressed.
Oh, we telling a real story right here. Okay, he was depressed, he was calling for help, you guys called the cops and all that. Okay, where we at?
I was begging in the park, rope still on my neck. I just lost my best friend, carried his body in a box, cleaned his blood out the rug, image still in my head. What's deep, I still owe you 250 for a Z. And what's fucking big, I know we're never gonna speak again. It's just me, V, Jim, Ski and G in the N, 2 in the BM, 3 in the Benz. One thing indeed, I'm never leaving my friends. Ride out, gang. It was 2019 and my end should get tense now. My fiance became my ex now. I'm stressed out, trying to...
Hold up, because we talking... Okay, so we talking about loss, we talking about depression. I know he's talking right there, his fiance became his ex and all that. That's why y'all told me to come here, because this would explain what we were listening to. Alright, okay. So, what else though? Because he's kind of talking about loss right here. He's talking about, you know, being depressed and everything and losing his best friend. Is he talking about the ex, or is this when his brother committed suicide?
My end should get tense now. My fiance became my ex now. I'm stressed out, trying to break down what she bounced. We were best pals, trying to get my head round and figure all these riddles out. I've got underlying issues that I scribbled out, but you just tore away the page and ripped the picture out. Part of me hates you, part of me rates you. Part of me blames myself, but half of me knows it takes two. The other half of me is lost, that's part of me I gave you. Wear my heart on my sleeve, my arteries and my veins too.
Okay, so he's saying right there, I want to pause before we get too deep in it, because he's talking about part of him blames himself, but he's mad too because it takes two people. It does, man. If you can't make it work, if you can't talk it out, if nobody's willing to say, hey, there's a problem, we got to sit down and figure out how to fix this, then it ain't going to work out. So part of him upset at himself, but the other part says it takes two. I like how he's going into this, though. He's talking about he ain't just wearing his heart on his sleeves. He ain't just wearing it out where everybody can see it. It's also in his arteries, in his veins and everything. It's running through him, right? Like everything that happened, all that sadness, disappointment, that's all inside of him. Man.
Me is lost, that's part of me I gave you. Wear my heart on my sleeve, my arteries and my veins too. We just used to Linkin Parks. I just smash my yard while listening to Linkin Park. Things are dark, heart sinking when I think of Mark. Drinking, can't stop the thinking, but can't stop drinking when thinking starts. Sitting on my kitchen top, I'm singing.
Did y'all tell me? I can't remember for sure, but I think y'all told me Mark was his brother's name, right? Man. He thinking about that. So his girl left him, his fiance left him at this time, man. Come on.
Mark drinking, can't stop the thinking, but can't stop drinking when thinking starts. Sitting on my kitchen top, I'm single in my stinking yard. Spliff go out the window while I'm staring at a blinking star. Twinkle like an engagement ring that's still on a widow's arm. You think it's hard, think it's shards, who's thinking of ringing Mark? I really got sections sent to Chase Farm. Now every time I'm off the radar, I ring alarms, it's cool. Tell them they can bring the past up. One day I'm looking back on now to sing with laughter. Ha ha.
Yo, I gotta run that back real quick. Did he say tell them they could bring the pastor?
Think of shards, who's thinking of ringing Mark? I really got sections sent to Chase Farm. Now every time I'm off the radar, I ring alarms, it's cool. Tell them they can bring the past up. One day I'm looking back on now to sing with laughter.
Y'all gonna have to break that one down for me, because I can't pick out what he's saying right there. It doesn't sound like pastor to me, but it could be, because that kind of fits the theme on this. Let me know what y'all caught in that.
Yeah. If I love you, I won't kill myself. Just that is fuck you, go going through trauma, emotional torture. You was 19, I was 24, but who was more mature? Used to pull up in your Fiat 500 on the corner. Used to ride around London, not giving a fuck who saw us. Go to war for each other, I never wanted this for us. Both grew up in a single parent household. We were poor, but it was pure love. You made me feel like your love. Before you commit to being loyal, it's worth knowing how you was brought up.
Okay. So he's talking right there. He's saying before you actually commit to being loyal, building a life with somebody, it's important to know how you were brought up. And he's talking right here about that background, man. We were both poor. We both came from single parent households. You know, we didn't have anything going for us. Everything that we got, we built together is what it's leading up to, is what it sounds like to me. And we already heard, you know, he invested a ton of his self, a ton of his life into this person, his fiance there. Man, that's a big deal. When you lose that person, man, it rips. It tears for a while. Let's go.
You made me feel like your love. Before you commit to being loyal, it's worth knowing how you was brought up. Before we got caught up, before we had a daughter. Could've given her a life my parents couldn't afford her. Partners, no matter what come between us. If I make you so unhappy, I have no reason to keep ya. And if I really love you, then I'll reluctantly free ya. Maybe growing apart was always part of the procedure.
Okay, so he leading up right here. If he makes her unhappy, he has no reason to keep her. So he's letting on now. He broke the relationship. And that was one of my questions last time, was, you know, what went south? Because it was kind of twisted up a little bit. Was he ending it with the chick, or was the chick ending it with him? What was going on? This right here is kind of clearing it up. He knew that they were no good for each other. He was no good for her. So he's the one ending, okay.
Love you, then I'll reluctantly free. I may be growing apart, but it's always part of the procedure. Couldn't be a leader in a time I need to become weaker. Loved you most when we was at our worst, that made it even deeper. The first week, I couldn't eat, I wouldn't sleep. I lay there wide awake and wonder what we could have been. It's routine, Wake up in the morning, cigarettes and tea. Hope you happy now I left you be. A solid member left the team. We lost the fight, no extra time, no referee. No acceptance speech, just lessons I kept with me. I don't need anybody to accept me, except for me.
Okay, so we saying right here, hey, it was like a street fight, man. There wasn't no referee, there wasn't anything else, man. But he's saying at the end of the day, he don't need anybody's acceptance but his own. And that's a fact, man. Here's the thing. Nobody in this life is more critical to you than you. You are the only person that has to approve the person you are. And honestly, you don't need to waste your time on somebody that don't accept you for you. Man, that last part right there, that's real.
Acceptance speech, just lessons I kept with me. I don't need anybody to accept me, except for me. I went from want to need, you went from need to want to what you want from me. To finally wanting to leave and be free, finding a peace. Find a piece that runs from ya. Left you after 1 week, that's how you know I got love for ya. What's meant to be is meant to be, it will come to ya. And if it doesn't, who gives a fuck? Just live it up. For now our memories deleted, and feelings too. You used to make me feel like you would always keep it true. Said I couldn't live if I couldn't be with you. I was being used, wasn't treating you like my equal, that was peak to do. It's no wonder why you're leaving when the person that you dream of turns out to be a demon too.
Okay, he's saying the person he dreamed of right there was a demon. But I like what he was saying right there. He wasn't treating her like an equal. And so the implication right there, because he's talking about being used, he's talking about all that. The implication is he was treating her, he was putting her on a pedestal. And he wasn't getting that treatment in return. And so they weren't equals in this relationship at all. Man, a lot's coming around about this, and that's the kind of relationship that you really get addicted to too. Constantly trying to prove your worth to somebody, constantly trying to receive that validation in their eyes. Man, come on.
We was a team of two, I wasn't evil, just desperate for attention and I needed you.
Yeah.
To the point I'm like a fiend for you. The more demeaning you became, the deeper that my feelings grew. When we wasn't beefing or screaming about the kind of things that people do, we was cool, wish we could have seen it through. Only me and you know about the evenings we're eating food, laughing till we crease. Now take it with ease. We was goals, we were grease, we were making them believe. Remember when the Subway guy put bacon in the cheese? I'm dead out on my feet, I gotta chase you on my knees. I know you feel this pain, you probably hate as much as me.
Okay, so we're getting into some other things now here. We're going through all these feelings and everything. I like how he shouts back, talking about that flashback right there, calling back to that memory. Remember when that Subway guy put bacon in the cheese, man? And, it's really talking about the depth of this relationship. We're talking about, trying to get your validation, trying to get that love from you, man. Come on. Close it out.
Should've been stronger than you, you were stronger than me. You just fucking made me stronger than I ever could have been. Cause 3 months after Mark died, you decided to leave. What's mad is when I look at you, I'm reminded by me. If I was unhappy and wanted freedom, I'd take it. If I wanted to make peace, I'd make it. That's some selfish shit, but I rate it. We only got ourselves in this matrix. Yeah, the cycle, we couldn't break it. It's just a shame we did the same thing as everyone else who don't plan for kids. We didn't plan for this, shit's cancerous. Now the cycle spins.
Yo. Okay, so do they have a kid together? Y'all gotta let me know this one in the comments. If he don't answer this in the next couple of minutes, do they have a kid together? Because that adds some depth to it, He talking about keeping that cycle going, just like everybody else that don't plan for kids. I mean, in my mind, what I'm seeing, there's 2 options. You either got an abortion, or y'all got a kid now in a broken home. And so it sounds to me like they got the kid in a broken home right there because they're keeping that cycle going. They both came from single parent homes. Now they ain't spending any time together with their kid, man. Come on, let's hear it.
Trust, no time to whinge. I guess it's time society wins. Next time I'll try again. Until next time, goodbye my friend.
Man. Yo, he's still going with that friend stuff, man. Just in case he says something else that I need to catch right here, I'm going to pause one more time. But he's still going on that friend line, man. He's still saying, because he started off saying she was his best friend. He lost his best friend. But now he's saying goodbye, friend, because they can't be together. But still, when he looks at her, he sees himself and everything. That goes back so much. Again, when you're talking about pouring so much of yourself into somebody, you start attaching yourself to them, man. Come on. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies. No, hang on. Greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. Man, facts for real. Like, your greatest loss is not going to be when you pass away. That's when you're going to go on to have true peace. When we lose the most is when we lose those people, those connections, you know, whether someone's passing away or we're losing someone that we've invested ourselves into, man. Come on now. Is there anything else after this? Never give up on yourself, man. Facts, because I love you. You know what? I bet that was a note from somebody. Y'all gotta let me know if that was a note from somebody, because that seems like a deeper reference than just to be throwing it in the cut right there. That was Because I Love You by Mike Righteous. Y'all told me that would have been a better starting point, and so I figured I had to go hit it up as soon as possible just to see what he was bringing on this one. I gotta let y'all know, I ain't disappointed at all with it. I thought the track was fantastic. His flows were fantastic. He switched it up pretty masterfully. You know, he had some awesome... I really enjoy the beat. Because the beat right there, he's not going too complex with it, but it's just perfectly suited to what he's going with. And what he's talking about is stuff that we can all understand, man. Living in this world is a lot easier than it's going to be when we ultimately lay ourselves down to rest. But it's still worth it, man. And one thing to always remember, be that rock for somebody, man. If you know somebody who's struggling, going through these times, these things, always be there for them. At least shoot them a text. Ask if everything's okay. You know what I mean? That's all I got for this one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know where we go next. As always, like the video if you enjoy the reaction. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Share the video if you know somebody who would enjoy this kind of content. Send them this way. That's all I got for this one. I'm DJ AlphaTyler. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a minute. Hope you're staying safe, taking care of yourselves, and I'll catch y'all next time.